Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 2. We are starting off with a match against Manchester United in the UEFA Supercup. I figured I would bring you this. We have one friendly left against Juve, and then we start right into the season. I'll show you the schedule in just a minute. But as you can see, we do have some transfers. It is August 15th, so we are somewhat into that transfer window. We have a couple people in, a couple people out. Some are issues, some are not. As you can see, Pierre Kalulu is kind of an issue. Real Madrid came in for him, and I said, you know what? It's not really a good deal. I had a chat with him, kind of saying, hey, what will it take to keep you to stay? And he's like, it's not about the money. It's about the players being around. It's about the team itself. I just want to move. It's like, well, you know what? Fine. I can't keep you here if you don't want to be here. However, they need to match our evaluation of you. And we kind of went back and forth, and it ended up being 75 million. They have not come back yet. However, they do feature in another little transfer that I'll show you in a minute. However, schedule-wise, the first set of friendlies, this one I didn't even get to play. Apparently, I had all friendlies being done by my assistant coach, so he took care of that and lost us 3-0. We were in Indonesia, played this team. I don't know who they are, and we absolutely annihilated them. Then Roma 3-2, absolutely fantastic winners. Giroud in the 87th getting that winner, and it was a fantastic result. It was a friendly. I wasn't too nervous. I had kind of a good squad out there, but not the best. Yeah, that winner by Giroud in the 87th was a fantastic piece to behold. Transfers. Let's get into that. Rade Krunic was in the final year of his contract. My coaches were basically saying, yeah, let's not offer an extension because we just don't, he's not good enough. He's getting up there in years, things like that. So you know what? I figured I hadn't used him a whole lot last season, and I probably wouldn't use him all that much this season because of certain issues. So yeah, sold him. Only for about 8.5 million. So not a fantastic deal, but still some money. That it was basically that, or just use him very sparingly throughout the season, pay his wages, which I will say weren't that much. But pay for it all throughout the season and then let him go for free. So 8.5 million, not too bad in my books. Now, there's a big one though. Simon Kjaer has left. This is where Real Madrid comes back into play. I will say, I didn't think he was all that fantastic last season. I actually started when Scalvini came in, I started using him less and less because Tomori I still rated somewhat. But Scalvini, I thought, was getting better than Kjaer. At least I was getting more out of him than I was Kjaer. The greens, however, make me want to say I'd made a bad move. His mentals are fantastic, but I mean, technicals and physicals, not the greatest. His pace of 10 and acceleration of 9 was definitely a hindrance. Marking of 16 was fantastic. Passing of 14 was good. But overall, his mentals are where he's at. And unfortunately, I think I kept saying it every now and again. I need someone speedy. I need someone pacey. And he wasn't there. So I moved him on for 3.7 million, I believe. Again, probably could have gotten more if I pushed, but I'm not a good negotiator. So it's still 3.7 in the bank, though. Astor Franks is officially a member of the Milan squad. He is no longer on loan. I did pick him up for 10.5 million, which was his release clause. So, but overall, like I said, he was picking it up towards the tail end of last season. He is now going to replace Krunic in that. I mean, he was here last year, but he is going to be that kind of backup player. We still have Pobega. We still have Tonali and Benacer. He was tight to keep. I had to give him a new contract. I had to give several players a new contract, which I hated. But overall, I'm happy Franks is here. I'm hoping he can pick it up again the way he was at the tail end of the season. So yeah, Franks is a Milan squad member now. Yay! And with that, we actually picked up Brahim Diaz as well. He was doing fairly well before an injury kind of fell on his season, but I kind of wanted to keep a hold of him, and he actually had a birthday. I didn't even realize he had a birthday. Happy birthday, dude! So I will say, I probably didn't need to pick Brahim Diaz up, and I could have saved some money. We are kind of stacked through the attacking side of things. Not maybe in striker. I'll get to that in a minute. But overall, yeah, we have a lot on the AML, C, and R side of things. Yasser Espria has come in. I was so happy. He was my first pickup for about 19 million. Absolutely loved him. So in the 2 appearances I've seen him so far in, he has been absolutely lights out fantastic. 7.60, as you can see. He was, 7.8 and then 7.4. So far, so good. He is going to be a backup on mostly that left side. I am trying to get rid of Origi. I apologize, Origi, but you're just not kind of cutting it right now. And last season wasn't all that great. So Yasser Spria is kind of that backup to Leao, who is lights out this season right now. I'm really hoping that continues. But with the way he can play all across that front attacking side, I am going to be using him a lot, I hope. But again, we have Aspria, we have Origi still, we have Leao, we have Diaz, we have Macias got a new contract, we have Berardi, we have Adli in there, we have De Ketelaere, so we have a ton. That's what, 8 players for 3 positions right now. Luckily, Adli and De Ketelaere can play in the midfield, and this guy can play striker, so we'll see what happens. His numbers aren't the greatest right now, but potential through the roof. He's still 2.5 stars for this team, which is nice. And again, competitively wise, he's played very well so far. We'll see how he plays in the Juve game, and then actually probably today. So we'll hopefully see him out on the pitch. From one massive potential to another, Rasmus Højlund. Højlund. I have no idea. I'm sorry. Danish dude at 20 years old, was labeled as a wonder kid when I first saw him a couple of weeks ago. And as I'm looking at him, as I'm scouting him, I think we picked him up for 20 million. And unfortunately, we didn't have that in the bank. So I did the rare thing I never do because I've gotten fired for it in the past. I went to the board and said, you know what? Signing this dude will be a major statement to what we want to achieve this season and beyond. And funny enough, the board were like, yeah, I definitely agree. We'll pick them up. We'll deal with the transfer, so you don't have to worry about him. So they were able to get him in for 26.5K per week. So I'm happy with that. He is now rated much higher than we got him for. Potential, again, through the roof. His numbers are fairly average, but he is 20, so I'm really hoping he's going to pick it up. He is going to be, right now, my kind of backup to Giroud. So we do have players that can play in and around that area. Yasser Spria might be getting a game or two as striker. We'll see if I can't get rid of Origi. He'll play in some of the cup games and the lower games. So we'll see what happens, though. But happy this dude has come in. Very interested to see what he can do. And very excited that the board actually said, sure, we'll give you more money. But with that, funny enough, I can't make any changes. So we have 200,000 that we can play with in the payroll. But I can't make any transfers because we're down to 112K and the board will not deal with any budget requests at this time. So, yeah, that's interesting. Diego Coppola. If we look at our squad now, that is a big squad. If I filter it out of just for the senior squad, you could see, so Kalulu is still there for the time being. If we sell him, like if we get 75 million for him, I've got a couple center backs in mind for that replacement. However, for right now, we have Tomori, we have Coppola. Well, we don't have Coppola because he's on loan, or he's going to be on loan. We have Kalulu, we have Scalvini, and Thea actually looks a little bit better than Coppola, which is why I've sent Coppola out on loan. Because right now we just don't need 5 center backs. We'll see what happens in the future. But the problem area that we never addressed, again, why does it go to this one? That DL role. Kalulu is the only player there right now. Again, if 75 million comes, I've got probably 20 to 30 booked for a center back. And then the rest, whatever else I can get, is going to go for this position right here. Theo is definitely our first choice. Unfortunately, on the right, we have Florenzi still here. I've tried to get rid of him. He's not really moving. Singo Terracciano is still there, breakthrough prospect. So he is probably going to be sitting back. He is loan listed. I'm kind of debating on that simply because all we have is Florenzi and Singo. And I think Tomori can play on the left, if I'm not mistaken, but not very well. Kalulu is the only player on the right and left. I did not bring Dest back. Still kind of debating about it, but he's like 25 million or something like that. And I just don't know if that's worth it. But we do need that right-left defender that I always love. Pierre Kalulu is that only link right now to that role. So we'll see if he leaves. I'm really hoping he stays. I really want to keep him on board. But that is it right now. We are going to get into this Manchester United match, the UEFA Super Cup. They are the ones who won the Europa League. We won the Champions League. Another thing I wanted to quickly mention before the match is a couple of days ago, we were actually listed as title favorites to retain the title. So that makes me happy. We'll see what happens. You could see Inter at 5-1, Juve at 11-2, Roma at 9-1, and Napoli at 10-1, Lazio at 15-1. So I'm happy that we're actually listed as the title favorites instead of what usually happens is if we win the league, we're still like scheduled to be fifth or something like that. It's like, why? Come on. So actually, as you can see right here, media prediction is first. So players in Yasser Spria, Brahim Diaz, Rasmus Holgeland. I don't know. Players out. Gabriel. Oh, these are a bunch of new, others. But you can see Tata actually did leave for Newcastle on a free. The other goalkeeper retired. So we are down to two goalkeepers and a youth prospect that is fantastic, but still needs some time. So for the time being, I believe this is the lineup that we're going to have today. Manyan's still there in goal. Hernandez, Scalvini comes in. Tomori and Kalulu in the back four. Benacer and Pobega. Pobega is in there right now because Tonali is injured. Should be coming back soon, but unfortunately not soon enough. Leao, De Ketelaere, and Berardi in the attacking mids, and Giroud up top. Giroud returning to full fitness. As you can see, he is lacking some sharpness. So we will see. And unfortunately, Ronaldo... Actually, you know what? I still need to do opposition stuff. Ronaldo is still there. He has not had the falling out that he had in real life. So unfortunately, we are just going to have to deal with him. And we are going to have to press the crap out of him and hope that works. So it does look like they're putting out slightly lesser of a team. Dubravka's in there instead of De Gea. Wan-Bissaka's not in there. Laird is. So Maguire, Alvarez, and Shaw and all that. So we might have some room here to actually get another trophy. Let's take a look. So I believe we are in France, if I am not mistaken, at the Parc des Princes. I don't know. But it is the UEFA Super Cup. Milan's got we've got a fairly big squad out here to Manchester United's medium squad. So we'll see if we can actually get the run of it. Wow, that's nice. I like the presentation right there. Haven't seen this one yet. Is there music? There's no music. There's nothing. I don't know why there's no... Excuse me. But the presentation is nice. Is there no music for the Super Cup? I'm assuming like the Champions League. I think that was pretty much... Hoi! Immediately off the bat, Laird penalizing Leao. That's not nice. We haven't really worked much on the passing lately, and I think we need to. I think I'd probably need to take a few rounds of training and kind of work on passing, work on some of those things. These guys are getting a lot of the possession here. There we go. Pobega with a fantastic tackle. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a foul there. Thankfully not. Out for Pobega. I mean, headers. Still headers. Oh, God. What the hell were you doing, Giroud? That could have been easily a red card. Oh, stolen easily by Sancho. Up to Rashford. That is not what you want to see 10 minutes in. They are getting a lot of possession. I mean, seriously, 68% possession. Can you guys do something a little bit more? You know, just for that, I'm actually going to move it to cautious because Leao with a great steal. It doesn't go anywhere. Layered up to Sancho, who's going to layer it all the way into Ronaldo. Unfortunately, not getting there. But Rashford, come on, dudes. I mean, do something a little bit different, please. Finally, Berardi with a shot, a fantastic shot. Dubravka able to get his hands on it, though. We have a shot on target, folks. We're okay. Jesus. We are getting manhandled right now. Berardi with a free kick. Into the wall. I hope... Have you ever seen that meme of the soccer team? The guy kicks it into the wall off someone's face. He goes down. Kicks it into the face of another person on the wall. He goes down. That's exactly what I just saw. And unfortunately, getting shots in there is great, but not on target. Who are we taking off? We're doing what always works, a quadruple substitution right now. We're putting Thea in. We're putting who else? Basically the entire front line. Macias Jr., Aspria, and Holgeland in there. We are attacking. Come on, guys. Do something. Demand more. Something a little bit. I mean, we're getting shots now. How about very attacking? Let's go to very attacking. Nope. There we go. They're going to get a second one, aren't they? Oh, my Lord. Look at that horrific tackle by Pomega, who just like, dude, the wind is there, and it's blowing ever so wonderfully. That was an awful just miss of a tackle. Macias all the way up to nobody. That probably would have been a nice side if Hogeland could actually get to it. But Benacer, oh, there we go. Aspria running down the pitch. Bad pass to Macias. Oh my Lord, you guys. 8 minutes left. We're on very attacking. Nice defending right there. And you can't just sit still. You cannot just sit still in this game. And, oh, passing. I mean, passing. That's my next shirt. Passing. Do it. Sancho. I mean, you're wide open. Eriksson. Nice job, Magnan. This has definitely not been the most fantastic of games. Still only 1-0, however. And we are picking it up. You know what? I'm going to boost some other people. Oh, mother of God. Aspria. That's a red, isn't it? Yep. Well, that was fun. I was just pulling him up to sit side by side with Holgeland. But mother of God, you decide to go get a red. Thank you very much. Not exactly the debut you want to make. So we'll see when we see you next. Oh, but man. We have, what, 4 minutes? So a minute plus. And we're down to 10 men. 1-0. I mean, it's only 1-0. It is a friendly. I was about to say if Ronaldo got that, I would have been pissed. But I can sort of be okay. I do think we're going to have a defensive issue. Why? Why were you running back? But yeah, so I may actually need to cancel Coppola's run. We'll see. Anyway, last 10 seconds of the match. Does not look like we're going to do much with it. Eriksson with a corner. He's going to sit on it. Dude, seriously? I mean, you're that afraid of us right now that you're going to just sit on the ball? He should get a yellow for that. That was a long time. But unfortunately, the whistle's going to blow any second. Unless we can get the ball back and just boot it up the field, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh, Jesus, people! I mean, it's Manchester United. You know, you got to take them out as much as you can, but Jesus, that is just tough. So, oh well. We are not UEFA Supercup winners. The tactic has failed us on this occasion. Yeah, I'm going to blame the tactic. I am definitely going to blame the tactic. Not on my own personal misgivings, but... So Hogeland was well received by the supporters, and there's a real sense of intrigue around the club as they got to see their new man in action. And he expressed his determination to do well for the club and impress his head coach, Sefian Oldman, and Yasser Aspria also made his Milan debut. That's funny. And apparently it was for 24 million. I could have sworn it was for 20 million with additions up to 24, but oh well. So that is going to do it. That was not a fun game. I'm really hoping that we can pick it up in the start of the season. As you can see, the start of the season, like I said, is coming right around the corner. I mean, the first two, Hellas Verona and Lecce, I'm really hoping for something. Napoli's going to give us some headaches. Bari, Sassuolo. So we've got to, hopefully, we will have a great foundation to start this season off with. That Napoli is going to be the test. I'll probably bring that as the next match. But anyway, that is it for me. All the transfers that we've got so far. We'll see what the end of the season brings. The transfer season, that is, of course. And we'll come back for that. So anyway, thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.